And we're live. There's the thing. We are live. Welcome back to Ravenflower's channel. I'm the Ravenflower. That is my friend Sarah. Sarah and I haven't talked for a good hot minute, but I'm excited and somehow coerced her with my charm to come on to this channel. She is a muggle friend, so be kind to her, people. Be kind. There's muggles in the chats, so don't worry, Sarah. We're not going to talk about witchy stuff, although I did surprise you with some witchiness. So please explain how you know me, because it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny how it all went down.
So, our mutual friend Eric, who we cannot love more than we already do, but year by year we love him more.
We do. Yeah, he's our tattoo artist, and he's been on my channel a couple of times. Yeah.
Nice. So he was living in New Orleans and coming back to do tattoo work, and he would always let me know when he was coming because he's the only guy I've seen since I was like 20. Every year, Eric. And he said, okay, well, I'm coming to town. This is the address. And we appeared, and Bear opened the door, and I was like, oh, no heads up on this. All right.
I love it.
And then we met Eric and you guys were like, so we're going to our daughter's play. Do you guys want to come with? And Eric was like, it's going to be a bit. Kelly and I were like, okay, why not? And then we fell in love with y'all. And we
dragged you over to the high school. We dragged you to the high school to go see Ridley's play. They were Nurse Ratched in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, and Kelly was all about it because she was part of the. She's a teacher, right? Isn't she a teacher?
Yeah, she's an art teacher. So.
Oh, that was cool.
Yeah, tomorrow will be her first day back with students since pre-Rona.
Whoa, how does that feel?
She's excited and nervous and anxious, and she's at a lower socioeconomic school, so classrooms are always packed. 32 kids, more if they can cram them in. Trying to do that with an art class, there's no way to do 6 feet, so
there's no way.
So
and how are you all feeling about the masking or no masking and the Abbotts and the stuff in the Texas and the, yeah.
I mean, as far as I'm concerned, Abbott's the biggest fucking titty baby there ever fucking was.
My friend, Sarah, people. My friend.
Super classy. Call me later. So there's no mask thing. Like, fuck off with this bullshit. We send children to school to learn science, but don't follow it, boys and girls. Don't.
That would be bad. You might think for yourself.
Right. So communities have rallied, like Austin, and really pushed the school board, who I think made the superintendent fall in line. So they've mandated masks, like a lot of the school districts have. Through whatever means they can. So, and she's vaccinated and I'm vaccinated. So we're feeling okay. I mean, like right now I work in hospitality. I'm a grounds manager. So I feel fine because I'm outside 90% of the time. And if I am inside, it's to do office work. So I'm still by myself. But it's hospitality, and so we have people coming from all over the world. We have Africa and Asia and Europe and America and Mexico and South America. I mean, just all over. And folks really are not grasping. And in Central Texas, in the 11 counties that make up Central Texas, the other day we had 2 ICU beds. And you just don't see even a tenth of our guests wearing masks. All of our restaurants are full. So it's weird because I leave work and then I get frustrated if I have to stop at the store on the way home and put the mask on.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, oh, we're back to this.
Back to this.
We thought we were out, but no, we're not.
We're not. We're really not. And I knew as soon as somebody said there was a variant, I'm like, oh, yep, let's see how long this lasts. And I've been masking at my office if there's certain people I know that are taking care of themselves, and making, their precautions. And there's certain people I know that have serious health issues. And so I mask in order to protect them out of respect for what they're going through. Like I have a friend with COPD. I've got another friend that, has cancer and has to take radiation, it's non-curable, non-operable. He just has to take radiation every few years. And I make sure I mask around him because I don't want to, even though I'm fully vaccinated, it also means that I can also carry it and give it to somebody. And I don't want that to be what I did to my friend. I can't live with that.
No. And the fact
Can't do
that,
it.
I mean, we still don't know what this is. We still don't know what it's going to do. We don't know shit. There's a thing that'll kill you.
Yep.
Maybe
And
now, maybe later, maybe not at all.
I had a friend, my nail lady here on the island was one of the first patients on the island here on Whitby to have gotten it. She lost her smell and taste. She didn't have any other like real symptoms. I took her over to Seattle to get the antibody test and all that, and she came back negative for antibodies, which was a little bit scary. But she's had like some things, like she's struggling with like depression, fatigue. I mean, there's all these things that are now happening, which are symptoms of her having COVID. Long COVID is what they call it. And then the person, I'm an office manager for an HOA, by the way. Hi, hello. It's been a while since we talked. And the person before me lost her dad from COVID. They were in the Kirkland home, what do you call it? The old folks home over in Kirkland, where it was ground zero there in 2020. That's where her dad and her mom was. Her mom got COVID but survived. But it's like people weren't like really paying attention. They're like, oh, we're insulated because we're on an island. We don't have to worry about it. And in some ways that was true, but then it started to affect some people. And like I even have a new board member now, her and her husband were hospitalized for COVID. I mean, it's just starting to get crazy again. And so it's just like, I'm just backing up and wearing those masks. And I saw somebody on TikTok. He was super cute. If you guys don't follow Shining Nathan, somebody follow Shining Nathan right now because he's super cute and he's from Texas. And he says, hello, I'm your good auntie. Like he's hilarious. And he's just like, look at all these masks and look at all these wonderful things we can do with it. And he's like, we have the opportunity to accessorize. What the hell is your problem? Like, wear your fucking mask already. It's crazy. It's crazy. But yeah.
I like the ones that are coming out now about how does it go? Something about, it's basically making fun of the people who are all pissy about the vaccine passport, and they're like, can you believe the government's making you pay for and carry an age passport? And they expect you to have that if you want to drive a car? And then they're making you, it's like, fucking idiots.
Well, how's that polio working for you?
Right?
Or what about that smallpox? I mean,
can we what's the fact that, and I now call it science because some people are just now learning about science. I don't want to throw extra hard English at them, but can we talk about how science works? Because it got us here, and then you all went, nah, fuck it.
Yeah, so one of the funniest things I saw just recently is one of my very liberal friends here, but posted, said it was a picture of this lady holding a sign, and she's like, if you think your God is going to protect you from a virus, why do you need a gun? I was like, damn! Wow!
Thank you.
I'm dying. Oh my gosh. I will be clear that I do have guns, and I do believe that guns do not kill people, that people will kill people. And I am one of those people that I don't need a weapon. I'm coming for you. If I really want to kill you, it's going to be with my bare hands.
Yeah,
That's something I'll say, and I'll say that on my channel.
Yeah, I'll put the gun down because I need the feeling. If we're doing this, we're doing this.
Exactly. I want to be real close, and I want to see the light go out in your eyes. See, look, don't let the chipmunk voice fool you. I'm really a gangsta. I really am.
Right here. Mm.
Had to be. That had to be. Okay, so what else is new? What else is going on with your life? You said hospitality, and I automatically went, because I'm in the customer service industry as well, and I just people.
Okay, can we
People.
talk about the fucking Karens these days? Because these bitches are fucking killing me.
They are.
Fucking killing me.
Have you tried the ashwagandha gummies? I'm up to 1,000 milligrams a day, and it's been great.
No, because I do have to be a hard ass at my job. And if I did those, it'd just be all day like, nah, fuck it, fuck off. Who cares anyway? Fuck it
That's
all.
where I'm at. It's been glorious.
No, so it's a resort. I'm a grounds manager at a resort. It sounds so fancy, and then every day I go to work and I have to remind myself I have a fucking college degree. Why am I doing this shit?
It's available, and it's a paycheck.
And I do love it. I mean, outside of the Karens, I do love it. I like people from afar. It's nice to, 5-minute convo and then off I go. Like, it's nice. And the majority of my job is spent outside without people.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't complain about that. Like, the plants, they don't bitch. They're just like, hi, looking pretty.
Oh, no. I just saw a feisty poppy the other day. It had shit to say to me. It was feisty.
But, like, I have worked really hard to get where I am, and yet there are still men that think, like, they know more about landscaping than I do, which is great. You're more than welcome to your opinion. You're fucking wrong. And I know that this one is wrong because I inherited the property that he oversaw the install of. I'm like, did you look at it? At all? Did you put blinders on when you went outside every time? We're like, yeah, no, landscaping looks great. I don't fucking understand how this shit show happened. So anyway,
and he's proud of it.
Mm-hmm.
And he's proud, and he's patting himself on the shoulder. Yeah, that's wonderful.
And running around the resort telling everyone I don't know what I'm doing. Meanwhile, people are now... So the installation was shit, and then we had snowvid, and, that killed everything. And so I brought stuff back that people didn't think was going to come back, and things are green and lush, and I'm fighting and literally have left blood, sweat, and tears on this property. Well, this guy comes in and he pours concrete in places, and I keep telling him, like, man, this is not going to work. He poured it below grade. So grade is the height of the ground.
Yep.
Where's my plan? The height of the ground. And so if this is where dirt is, and then you put concrete here, and you don't move the dirt below, then gravity will onto that concrete a lot. And so every time it rains or the irrigation runs or God decides to blow the wind or whichever deity you don't prefer moves my dirt, I have to send somebody or go sweep or wash or whatevs, right? And so So I'm out there one day trying to pressure wash off, an inch of mud. Super easy to do. And all these people are trying to walk. And I'm like, guys, if you don't mind, I want to make this safer for you. If you don't mind going the longer way, I greatly apologize for just trying to make this safe. Because, like, if you walk through like you are, you're going to fall like you do. And then she's mad at me. And I'm like, I'm sorry that you fell, but I literally asked you to not walk there. Which is why there's cones, in case I didn't see you, but it did, and I told you not to. And it's not.
And then they're just like, "Oh, are you saying words to me? Like, oh, and okay, keep on walking." They're just like, "Say words."
How dare I speak to her? I'm a worker. Fucking lady, fuck off.
I'm like, what is this? All the South.
And like, what kills me is like one day we have huge water features. They're like ginormous pools, right? And they're just decorative. They're just pretty things. So I'm in there cleaning one day, and of course, because it's high end, we can't just like put on our bathing suit and go scrub. We go in work clothes. So I'm in there. This was the spring. It was still really cold in Texas. Super high winds. Like I have white caps in the water feature. Like it
Oh,
was
wow.
insane. Yeah.
Oh,
And this
wow.
lady stops me, ma'am, excuse me. I turn around, like, yes, ma'am. How can I help you? Like, did she drop something? What? And she's like, so, like, do you do this every day? I'm sorry, what? She's like, do you get in here every day? Like, well, we clean every day. We try to keep everything clean all the time. You know, we want it to be as nice for the millionth guest as it was for the first.
Right.
She's like, oh, because it's cold. Yes. And right now I'm having to just stand in cold because you're asking stupid questions. Is what I wanted to say.
It's cold.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Okay, this reminds me very much. Okay, so we just had some heat waves that happened here, and to the Pacific Northwest people's credit, they were actual heat waves. And when it was coming, I was like, these people complain if it goes over 75 degrees. Like, you're just like, oh, dude, like, it's hilarious. And I'm just like, Bear and I are just like, there's a, I don't, what? Like, there's a problem. Like, no. Anyhow, so we literally had like 100 degrees and nobody has AC. So there's all these like little mobile units. We've got 2 mobile units in our home today. Finally, it relaxed. It didn't get up to 100 degrees this week, but it did get to 100 and I think 105 in the pool. So we got like a pool greenhouse situation. We had to shut it down. The Island County had to come out. You guys need fans. It was this and blah. It was just chaos. Then I have people complaining with their towels. On the highest day, they can be to close the pool. I mean, it was just ridiculous. And I'm like, let's see. It's right there. Literally go jump in the ocean. Anyhow, so this lady, we have low tide, and our bay is just filled with like shellfish, with all kinds of different kinds of clams, probably like 10 to 15 different kinds of clams, gooey ducks, and all this other stuff. The bay is beautifully clear because they're filtering all that muck, and people come and clam. So on the hottest day of the year, it was -4 tide, and all of the clams got baked. And so the next day when it was low tide, I literally had somebody come and say, you need to get somebody to go like clean up all of the clams because it's smelly. And I'm like, the whole, should I just go up and down the entire coastline for your, like, really? Really?
Get right on top of that.
I'm like, yeah, I'll let him know. I'm like, my face. I saw a meme the other day that says I don't need a moon ring. I have a face.
I have a face.
I've got that face.
Yeah.
This one.
Same. My new boss even told me, we probably are not going to bring you into a whole lot of higher up management meetings until it's time to go to the top. I'm like, all right. I don't even know what that means, but okay.
That means that they can't trust you because you're not going to keep your mouth shut.
Yeah,
it happened to me a lot.
Mm-hmm. He goes,
happened
here's
to me.
the thing. You speak eloquently when you want to. I'm like, fuck yes, I do.
Damn straight.
And he's like, but you're not really good at the poker face. I'm like, oh, fuck, no, I'm not. No. Fail.
Nope.
And he goes, yeah. And as the manager, you're at the top. But, like, if I bring you into the directors' meetings and so forth, you're going to blow it. So, until corporate wants to have conversations with you, which is the top, we're not going to put you in the middle because And I was like, oh, because I don't fake shit. And he goes, yeah,
Yeah.
I appreciate and value that. But, yeah. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's cool.
That is aside. That is definitely, and it takes a toll. Let me tell you, I used to be able to be real good at it. The older I get, the worse I am. Usually I was just like, it's all I can do to cover my mouth, literally. And there's times that I'm just like this. I'm like muzzling myself because I just can't. I just can't. And you know what? Even one of the CEOs of a company, I was in a fight, or I called somebody on their crap publicly in a meeting because they were basically figuring out ways to make themselves look busy but not do any work and create, you know what I mean? Waste everybody's time.
For you.
Oh, corporatees, it was awful. And I called them on it. And then I get dragged into HR and they're like, well, we really need to talk to you about this. And this was like 2 weeks before I was leaving. Like I was done. I was done with the bank. I was finished. And I like already had my notice in. I had already given them like 4 months notice. I'm like, look, I'm leaving. You better find somebody. I will be here for 4 months. I will train somebody, but it's on you to get that person in here because at such and such time, I'm out. See you later. Deuces. And so I get dragged into HR and I'm just like, well, unless you want the VP of the company to come on in here because he was standing with me while I said what I said and gave me a high five after I said what I said, unless you want him to come in here, then you can just take this paperwork or whatever and I will not be signing anything and you can just put that in the shredder. And I'm just like, you can call him on the phone right now. Well, we're not gonna complicate anything. And his time is very valuable. And I'm like, well, my time is very valuable and I got work to do. So I'll be at my desk until you get this all figured out. And they were just like, you've never spoken to us like this, Yvonne. And I'm like, well, I've had it. I've just had it. I am tired of playing your goddamn games, and I'm sick of smacking that smile on my face and pretending like everything's okay because it's not. And y'all are full of shit, and he's wasting about $53,000. So y'all figure that out.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yep. I was told that the guy at work that doesn't like me, and like doesn't like me, I mean hates me, and it's a mutual hate relationship. Hates me because I call him on his shit. And I turned around when somebody said that and went, what? They're like, you're the only one here who calls him on it. I'm like, I don't call him on his shit. They're like, no, you do. You hold him accountable when you follow up in the emails and are like, hey, I still need. Hey, where is this? What is the answer to that? I'm like,
yeah.
That's holding him accountable because that's me holding back from saying, hey, fucking idiot, you forgot to put a pipe in the ground before the street went on top. What in the fuck are we going to do about that?
I don't love. It's love in the sarcastic tone that, when we're over here as women doing our job and the job of other people who didn't get it together, and we just politely ask for what we need to continue doing our job and also make them stay afloat, that we are a challenge and that we are being abrasive and we are being, like a strong woman. It's like automatically you're a bitch, but the truth of the matter is oh, what happened? You there?
Oh, there I am. Yeah, there you
are. I'm here. I know. It's us being abrasive or being direct or being strong is just us taking care of business, which is what we were hired for.
No shit.
You could just thank us and give us a raise. That's all I have to say. Just thank us.
And I took this job. I was stupid. I wanted a challenge. Plus, I'm old, and it's getting hard to chase the young bucks and have the same fights of like.
Sarah, you are not much older than I am. You're probably younger than me.
Well, but I mean, in landscaping world. Yeah, like to be at a job site in your 40s trying to show 20-year-olds how to set 150-pound pavers, you need knees.
Did you know that when I moved to this
those.
island, I worked at the paint department in Ace, lifting 5-gallon buckets of paint and slinging stuff and I don't know what I had to prove to myself. Yeah, you're probably right. I need to stick my ass in the office.
Right. And so
Show them your tan. Show them your fancy tan.
My fancy tan.
Yeah, strip for me, baby.
My super white collar.
Look at this.
Look. Hold on. I can't make that stupid phone.
When I saw Sarah last, she was pasty as hell. Now,
even
look at
my
this.
family was like, "What the hell? I mean, look at that. Wait, wrong way. Look at that.
I see it.
17 shades darker. It's insane.
I know.
Even Dad, Dad's outside all the time. He was like, maybe a little bit more sunscreen.
I love your dad. I love your dad.
They were just here. They had Rona.
They had what?
I call it Rona.
Oh, they had the Rona?
They had the Rona.
Oh, no.
And so when they told us, my aunt called and she was like, well, what was your first thought when you got the text? And I was like, Fox News is hazardous to your health.
Are they Fox Newsers?
Dad is a...
Understand that?
I don't know.
Are they friends with Tucker? Are they friends with Tucker? Because I
no.
And Tucker.
What's funny is finally Mom came around to not being a Trump supporter. Which fucking floored me. Yeah.
Wait a minute. I was in the home of a Trump supporter.
They weren't at the time. They weren't those people. They became those people. And then... Yeah, and then Mom...
Okay, my dad did too. I'm still, my head is still spinning. I'm like, what? Didn't you vote for Obama? What is happening right now? Yeah.
Yes, it was just like, wait, what?
Like, what? How do you go from here to there?
Yeah, I even was like, Mom, I don't know if you remember, but you hosted and paid for part of a gay wedding.
Yes.
House.
Yes.
And you invited your friends to my wedding and then delayed my wedding so your friends could come. Like that, it was that big of a deal to you.
That was fun. That was actually a really good time. I really enjoyed the taco truck on the other side of it. That was nice touch, by the way. Anybody getting married out there, I highly suggest a taco truck because these two did it right. And that was really delicious, actually. Quite nice.
Everybody had a good time. The other day I was literally just thinking, we're closer to 10 than just get married. That dress still fits. Maybe we just have a 10-year party just to have the party again, because that was a damn good party.
It was a good party. Everybody came together from all walks. I mean, we were just it felt a little like, I mean, we were having fun. We were having a good old time.
I mean, I was schnockered as ever. Like, I didn't even remember that you were the one who took my bouquet. I was just upset at one point. Like, my bouquet is gone. Somebody took it.
I know. I'm like, Sarah, I'm standing right next to you. I have it. You're like, oh, good.
And then sometimes the waiters, I would flag one down. Excuse me. And then I would apologize. Like, I'm so sorry I don't know your name. And they would tell me their name. And I'd be like, that's nice. I won't remember it.
I won't remember. Please don't tell me. I wasn't asking for your name. I just need another drink.
Dear, fill this up. Any words past okay are just fluff.
She was lit. She was so lit. But Kelly was lit too. Kelly was doing shots.
No. She swore to me that she didn't, because she told Bear at one point, if you give me that flask one more time, I'm gonna throw it in the canal because I am not allowed to drink today. Because at the before we thought it would ever be legal, she drank and then crawled into bed, and no one could find her because why would you look in the bed? In the bed, not just on the bed, in the bed. I put the pillows on top of her for an hour. I had to sober up to look for my new partner. And then another hour, I had to sit there mad so I could sober up to drive our asses home.
I do remember this story, but no.
And she was in the fucking doghouse for weeks after that.
Well, no, okay, so now that it's going to be your 10-year, yeah, Bear was totally feeding her stuff from that flask. It was totally like,
It was
she had a good couple good twigs. And Kelly's a little person. She's little. She's a little short thing. Yeah. She's little tiny.
Although she's packed on the Rona weight. She's very
Oh, did she? Oh, I got some too. Some too. I'm like,
yeah. That was the big complaint during Snowden, was that quarantine 1 was much better because at least Amazon came, and while we didn't have toilet paper, we did have toilets.
True.
Snowden, no Amazon and no toilets.
That's I was on the phone with Ridley a couple of times, and I'm like, well, you got snow. You don't have any water, but you got snow. Get in there and like go melt some snow. Just put it in stuff. Like you got. I know I sent you tubs of stuff. Get a tub and put it in there, and then take it in the house. Mom, I mean, Ridley always would. I don't know if they think they're Italian or what, but it's always ma.
Mom would call for updates. Do you still have electric? Do you still have water? Is it still snowing?
Yeah, all those things.
Mm-hmm. We were very lucky. We had electricity the majority of the time. And then we had water the majority of the time because we're on well.
Oh, that's good.
There were a couple of days where there was one day specifically where it was shut off because it had gotten so cold. So many pipes burst and whatnot to drain the well. So it became only use what you have to. And then, of course, the electric we were keeping as low as we possibly could. But, like, Kelly had it one day. She woke up and she was just like, I'm fucking done. I'm done. Fuck ERCOT. Fuck everybody else. I'm washing my goddamn dishes. I'm doing a load of laundry. And I'm taking a shower. Everyone can fuck off.
All the things.
And she was, and I'm turning the heat up because I'm fucking cold.
The Hobbit was mad. The little spiky-haired Hobbit was mad.
I just sat on the couch and kept looking outside like, yeah, where are my plants? They're dying. They're dying. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
What doesn't kill you?
What doesn't kill you? What does not kill you? So I gotta ask you. So for the longest time, I went from Christian, super Christian, when you met me, and you're like, huh? And then I went, like, didn't talk to you for a while because I was concerned. And it was like the next year, Eric came with the tattoos, and I'm like, oh, is Sarah Kelly gonna be here? And he's like, yeah. He was like, oh, whatever. And I'm like, how am I gonna say this? What am I gonna do? Like, I was just new to all of it, and I don't know if I even have a YouTube channel yet. But it was, I mean, YouTube channel came.
Have the Facebook page, the nothing yet.
I didn't have anything. Yeah, I know. And then I kind of like broke it to you because you wanted to see my garden, and I'm like, yeah, this is my witchy garden. You're like, excuse me, what?
I'm sorry. What did you say?
What did you say? Just to me, dear. How did you feel about that? I dropped a bomb on you, but you seemed to handle it pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, like, I love you. You could call me tomorrow and be like, I'm gonna go tattoo purple dots all over my body. We're starting it tomorrow, and I'd be like, the face? Outside of that, I'd be like, all right, I support you.
I support you. Right on. Right on, purple dots.
I believe in spiritual beings. I believe in spirits. I believe that there is more than one God. There's no way all of these people are right and wrong, and like there's stuff out there.
There's gotta be.
And what you believe in, if it brings you happiness and joy, you believe in it. And if practicing it makes you happy, then that's what I want you to do, especially if it didn't harm somebody. Be you, be yourself, be happy. Jesus fucking Christ, we're only here for so long. Why you gotta be miserable pretending to something you're not? Like, be you. And if your stones and your crystals or your Bible and your whatevs make you happy, if both make you happy, then let's go find you a Christian witch shop. If neither make you happy, then what does? Let's go there. Like, for me, it's just, I think I spent so long.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, I tried, but I think I spent so long trying to, because I am a pleaser, right? Like, even still, pleasing everybody, that I finally was just like, fuck off. I'm done. And luckily, I was in my early 30s when I discovered, like, no, me happy. Everybody else happy too. I'll do what I can, but like, I am who I am. I cuss a lot. I smoke a lot. I drink some, and I really don't give a flying fuck.
Not anymore. As soon as it happens to us in our 40s, we just sort of drop that shit real quick. I mean, it's exhausting. And especially if you are in an industry that requires you to please people for a living and you basically button your lip and not give your opinion. It's yes, yes, yes all the time. It's exhausting and it does emotional harm. It really, really does.
And mine broke. I think, well, mine didn't break. I broke mine at 38. Like, the day before I woke up to my birthday, I was like, I'm fucking done with this shit. I work with men all day long. I work in a male-dominated industry. I was the only female in the company for years. I had men in other companies chasing me saying, I need my own Sarah. Where do I get more review? Like, why in the fuck do I care how people think of me? I'm good at my job. I'm happy with my life. Really, what else do I need? My family either likes me or they don't, and they fuck off too. Done.
Oh my goodness.
4 family members, and it's nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
5.
Yeah, my family circle has gotten smaller too. Some of them I've just basically said, you know what? I'm starting to feel that family is chosen. And if you can't support me for who I am or what I love, then it doesn't really mean that we're family just because we're synced by blood. If you're going to disrespect if I have to respect you for everything you got going, but God forbid you were to rally around me for anything that me or my children are going through, like just Ridley coming out and being a trans boy has put a nail in the coffin with a lot of people in our family. It's like, well, if you don't want them to be happy and live their most authentic self, then you didn't really love us. Your love is conditional. And I'm not trying to live that life. Not trying
to. If I'm not good at being fake when I'm getting paid to, sure as fuck I'm not doing it for free.
Seriously, exactly. We keep our mouth shut because we know there's going to be a paycheck at the end of 2 weeks. That's why. That is why. Yeah. The paycheck is powerful. Got to feed.
Yeah, because the city of Austin is not going to care that, like, I told the douchebag at work he was a douchebag, and so I can't pay my bill this week. They're not going to be like, well, congratulations. Thank you for standing up to the patriarchy. They're going to be like, well, click.
Click.
Click. Yeah. I'm too much my father's daughter.
Well, your father's pretty damn awesome. I've always loved him. He's a great, big, huge sailor man is what he is. Great, big, huge sailor man, biker dude. I mean, it was just like, yeah. I'm like, my people. I mean, yeah, absolutely.
So they came to the resort this weekend because they were in town, and we had dinner up there on Friday. And of course, I walked them through the whole resort, and it's huge. And there was a gift shop, so of course we had to stop and get something for the grandbaby. And Dad picked up a hard hat, and it had like a little miner's light on it. So he buys it. And I walk him out to show him some of the landscaping stuff because that's my job. And we run into somebody I know, and of course Dad goes on show instantly, and he's like, the guy says, "Oh, I like your hat," and he's like, "Yeah, thanks. I'm an obstetrician." And I wanted to be proud because it was a really good one, but at the same time, it's like, fuck me. He could go to HR with this shit. I could lose my job.
I know. Oh my God.
I want to be proud, but also I really need a boulder to hide under till Monday to see if I still have a job.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. If you're open to questions, I'd like to open it up to questions because you are a lesbian in Texas, working with a predominantly men. You've survived so much, so many things. And if anybody has any questions for Miss Sarah, then you could put it in bold in the chat and I'll bring it up on screen so that she can read it, or I will read it for her if I can. I do have the glasses on today. So.
Or a mean tweet, because I love those.
Mean tweets?
Pretend a mean tweet.
Mean tweet. I think I was watching those tweets. I have a crush on Henry Cavill. Like, I can't help it. I mean, the man is ridiculously beautiful. And sometimes I see him scroll across my feed and I'm just like, oh, wow. Like, it's just, how do you look like that? And also be such an incredible, wonderful human being. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Just, like, how is that possible? And he was reading these tweets that what women want to do to him, and he started to blush and had like go off camera, like he's like, I'm uncomfortable, and I'm like, I love him so much more. I love him so much more.
That's awesome.
Too funny. Too funny. When you make Superman blush and walk off, like, all right. Or if you don't know who Henry Cavill, he's also The Witcher. Yeah. Oh yeah.
He is a handsome boy.
He's a handsome boy. He's very well groomed. I believe that he smells really well. I think he does. And I know I'm talking to you about this. You're like, I don't care.
Like, no, I love men's cologne. Like, Kelly only wears men's cologne because, like, I think a sports bra is the only girl clothing I've ever seen her put on, and that's fine. Like, if she wore girl clothes, I'd be like, so it was great while it lasted.
We've got a question for you. This is from Snow the Witch, who is in San Antonio, by the way.
Oh, yay! Favorite spot in Austin, besides my own porch, because I spent a lot of time here. Curra's used to be my favorite because they make such amazing avocado margaritas. Granted, looks like guacamole in a glass. And the first few times I went there, I was like, who the fuck would drink that? It looks like freaking guacamole in a glass. And then me being me, made fun of it too loud. And the waitress brought us one. Fast forward hours later, my friend and I were shit-faced, and we had to call people to come and get us because this was before Uber and Lyft.
That is hilarious. That is funny stuff. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I'm still stuck on Congress Cafe for their Bloody Marys. Their Bloody Marys are like ridiculous. Like, so good.
Oh,
so good. But you can never get in. That's the problem. Trying to get into Congress Cafe is hell because it's on Congress and it's only open on the weekends, it feels. What about the cupcake place? The little food court.
That's good. I don't know. I hate people anymore. And so, and then with Rona, there literally the other day, somebody asked, like, hey, what's a good bar to go to? And I'm like, are they open?
I don't know. Do they do that thing? That social thing?
That's still a thing? There's still people do that?
Really?
Yeah, but apparently they are, and they do. It's Delta.
It's either Rona or the Delta or the Delta Rona. Yeah. Noah. I knew Noah would perk up for that one. My friend Noah is a Bloody Mary whore. That's right, I said it. I said it. This one I've been international vacationing with Noah, and it's like, where's the Bloody Mary? Where's the Bloody Mary? Where's the Bloody Mary? Like, we're done with rum. It's morning time. We need, what are we doing? Bloody Mary? I love it. I love it. Oh my gosh. Has there been any pride business going on in Austin? Because usually Austin is like great big huge pride, but did it happen this last year, or was it the whole thing like shut down?
No, last year it was shut down. This year, Austin's fucking weird. You do pride after everybody else. I don't know what they're gonna do now. It was delayed and it was gonna be late in the summer. So I don't know.
Because our pride, Seattle Pride, hasn't even happened, and they're talking about doing it in October. Bear and I signed up to be huggers. We're pride huggers. We're Papa and Mama Bears. We got our shirts and everything. We're ready to hug babies. We're ready to hug gay babies that need hugging. Bear's like, what if they stink? I'm like, you still hug them. He's like, but what if they're sweaty? And I'm like, you hug them. I said, baby, you got to work on your pronouns. He's like,
It's hard, though.
It's
hard. And I can say, okay, so because it's you and you left me regardless, the they is really hard for us in the South. But want to be accepting, but also yes, ma'am, and yes, sir, everyone. And I'm like, yes.
Yes, them?
I'm like, I don't. And now I'm awkward, and I made it awkward, and I'm just trying to be respectful. Fuck.
I love it. Well, my kiddo went from she, her to they, them, and now him, he. And, like I've gotten now, like with the pronouns, you see, I got a she, her on my screen now. I even named my laptop here. Let me see. I'll add my laptop to the screen. Whoa. Let me not laugh. Remove. Ooh, sorry, that was awful. But my laptop is a them they. I figured, they could be both. They feel both masculine and feminine. So yeah, I pronoun my laptop.
Well, what cracks me up is, one of my nieces, it's actually my bestie's daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe them, they, sometimes he, just, young, doesn't know, which is fine. But, like, these new alphabet mafia, they grew up having okay acceptance. Like, they don't know. They don't know what it's like to have somebody spit in your face. They don't know what it's like to get the call at 2 a.m, come pick me up from the ER, got my ass beat downtown. They don't know. They also don't know how to pay respect to the older ones. Like, I remember coming up and, like, you gave the nod. You held the door because you knew that bitch marched. That bitch has gone through shit. That's a 50-footer. From 50 feet away, I know you are gay as fuck. Let me get the door for you because you have gone through some hell. And the new gays these days, they're like,
no credence, no reverence. No credence, no reverence. That is just a sign, Sarah, that we're getting old.
Well,
but it's true. It is true. And, it is a different perspective to listen to a 40-year-old person. And I know that there's a lot, my younger friends are just like, well, you and your Gen X stuff, or, you got Gen X feelings about certain things. It's like, well, but you have millennial feelings or Gen Z feelings about that other stuff. We have feelings too, and we've lived a little bit longer, and life was a little harder. And when I wanted to just be gay, I was told, no, you're greedy, you don't know what you want, you really just need to be with a man. And and then I got pregnant, and so it's like I just got shoved into being a soccer mom and lost myself for years. I didn't really understand what it meant, or who, like, I couldn't I didn't know how to relate. I was not like the other soccer moms. I really didn't want to be around any of that crap, all that school nonsense. And being a mom in Texas, ugh,
It's hard.
oh, yuck.
But and I am one who sees both sides, right? So while I get annoyed, I'm like, you know what? Fucking A, this is what we fought for. We fought so that no one would have to fight. And we fought so that a generation could grow up and just be. So kudos to you guys for having no fucking clue. But god damn, could you research one? You got it on your phone. It's not like us where we had to go to the library and look through fucking yards of cards to find a fucking book.
That damn Dewey Decimal System.
Fuck that thing. I never learned it.
You can eat shit. I hate that damn. I never learned. I just kind of like wandered around. I'm like, oh hey, look, a book. Like, oh, that looks nice. That's a pretty cover.
Yeah.
It's true. It's true.
It's true. The struggle is real.
The struggle is real. The struggle has been real. And I know I was talking just yesterday to my friend Wendy on a Truth Talk, and their son has come out as gay and dating a trans boy, and they're terrified. They live in Ohio, and there's certain pockets that everything's okay and it's very open and it's very safe. And then you've got the parent aspect of like, what if they go to the grocery store and somebody drags them out of their car and beats them up? And then these are real things that happen, and they definitely happened in the South. And I'm terrified. There's this part of me that is just terrified. I'm like, get out of the red state, get out, get out, get out. Find a more like-minded community where, safety in numbers. I mean, safety in numbers not only for witches, but safety in numbers for this community. And I'm scared. So that happened to you? Somebody hurt you like that?
Yeah. My parents struggled with it for years. Literally until they met Kelly. It was hard for them. And then until SCOTUS got on board, they were still like, I mean, yeah, she's gay. And it was still whispered, like,
whispered.
Yeah, our daughter's a lesbian. And I was like, I don't know why we whisper the bad words, because we say fuck around here. So, and it wasn't until SCOTUS and the wedding that they were all of a sudden just like, woo, gay everywhere, woo, I did lose someone who I thought was a sister.
Yeah.
When she found out I was gay, that was hard. But when I came out, I came out at 20. I worked in an ER in Austin. There wasn't a problem there. I had friends. My friends in college knew before I did. So there
it's
wasn't
funny,
a problem.
They always do. They always do.
Yeah. And then even young, in high school, I didn't even care what people thought of me. I was like, oh, the cool kids don't like me. Okay, we're in fucking high school. So I didn't have the hard coming out stuff. But I grew up with, Smear the Queer and That's So Gay and all of that stuff. But I can tell you, like, having grown up in the South, have made people realize that are true hardcore rednecks that what's it matter? They're gay. Like that, while on the one hand I get like, yes, move to where it's safe, do that, blah, blah, blah. On the other hand, fuck off. Stay where you want to be. Make the community realize you're okay. Open their eyes to how wrong they are.
Be and live the change that you want it to be, so that more acceptance will spread.
Yeah. Or is
that's
the
a good point.
Party with us or get the fuck out the way.
Party with us, for sure. For sure. We're a lot of damn fun
We are.
because, we're gay. Because we're gay. Yeah.
We come with glitter and boas and accessories. The
Oh,
whole. Yeah.
we're fantastic. We're fabulous. So many ways. So many ways. Oh my gosh. I love that. I love that. Kimberly just said, live your life. That is for sure. Live your life.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, no.
Are you trying to read something? Let's see. Let me go back here and see if I have any other stuff. I don't think there's any more questions. Are there any more questions for Miss Sarah before she heads out? Because I have captured her and she thought it was 7 and it was really 6. And then I'm like, hey, you ready? And she's like, huh? I love it.
Usually I would have at least tried to hide the flames of bangs that I have, but
No, that's some porcupine goodness there. That looks great.
yeah, it gets. I mean, I got it the rest in a bun, but this is the stuff that just the other day I sent a picture to my mom because this is what it was doing, and I just was like, "This girl is on fire!" And she lost it. She did. She was like, "That's the best," because my hair cracks her up. And so, as the day goes on, sometimes I'll be like, okay, morning hair. And then by 10 a.m., I've been outside and sweating for hours. And it's already like, hi, I'm here. And then it gets to the point where it's like, it's so hot. I don't want to touch you. It gets up here. And so I'll send her random pictures. And she dies laughing. She's like, you have no control over this hair. I'm like, fucking gave up a long time ago. What the hell am I going to do with it? Whatever I did, it'd be a thingy by an hour into work. Fuck off. It's hair.
It's hair. This is why I wear a lot of scarves in my hair because I've got the curly fluff, and if I put it up, it's like I got these little flyaways, and I call it my Einstein like antlers, kind of. I don't know how to describe it. It's very similar to yours, and so I'm always with a scarf or a bandana or whatever, and then my kid is just like, "You better be careful which bandana you're using," and I'm like, "What do you mean? What do you mean?" They're like, "Don't you understand hanky code?" And I'm like,
That doesn't apply to hair ones, though.
it applies to your head. That's out the back of your thing. What do you do? What? Why do holidays have to be so awkward, Diddly? Are you really gonna school your mom on hanky code? Is there a chart? Sit me down. Is there a PowerPoint presentation? What are you gonna teach me now about your gayness? Hello? Wow. I was like, Mom, you know what red means? And I'm like, the color of love? What? What? I don't know. Leave me alone in my handkerchief. Just a bandana is really just a bandana on my head, so I don't have Einstein antlers. That's all it is.
Sometimes a bandana is just a bandana, kid.
Not everything has to have a meaning.
Seriously.
It has to be so serious. Yeah, for sure. All right. I'm going to let you go because I think we are done so far. Thank you for coming on, my muggle friend. You are so comical, and I love your energy. Everybody else in the chat was loving the energy too. And you can go back and rewatch this if you would like, and I think you'd be able to see some of the chat if you would like. But they dug you big time, so you're welcome to come back anytime you want to.
Whenever you want, I'm here for you.
See, that's what I do, people. I rope people in. I just rope them in. I don't know what it is.
Locked right away. The first night in love, it was done.
It was done. Got that charm. I can't fight it. You can't fight this feeling. You can't fight this
Not
feeling.
gonna try either. Love it too much.
I love your face. I love your face. And please give Kelly a great big huge hug for me, okay?
I will. She just got home. I just heard the bike pull up.
Oh, okay. Give her a big old hug. I miss you guys.
We miss you. We were gonna try to make a road trip this summer up north, but
yeah. Well, you're welcome to come anytime.
I Oh, we're
Come
gonna
over
try.
here. I'll take you to McMinimans. You got to see McMinimans.
Okay.
63 different bars and locations of two brothers that got kicked out of every single bar. So they took over historical sites and made it their own. They have so much fun.
That is where I belong.
That's where you belong. Those are your people. It's a bunch of deadheads. You're going to love that. I'm sending you a link. Sending you a link. You're going to have so much fun.
All right. I love you.
Love you too, babe.
Love to Bear. Love to the kids. Love to the babies.
I will. I'll give them those loves.
All right. Night, everyone. Thank you, guys. Bye. Y'all.
Everybody's saying bye. Everybody's saying bye.
Bye.
And then there was me. Okay, we have a bunch of more people's coming up next week. I think I posted it somewhere doing something, whatever. I got people. They're coming. Let's see. We've got Nightshade Moon. We have Crimson or Crescent Moon. We have Tequila. I don't think I've rescheduled Tequila, but that's happening soon. Let's see. I have my friend Michelle. I'm very excited about that. That's somebody who actually lives in my neighborhood, and she has this apothecary and does this like energetic healing wonderfulness. I can't wait for you guys to talk to her. Let's see. There are people. They're lining up, and it's going to be fabulous. So Truth Talk isn't going away anytime soon. I do have people messaging me, and September schedule is already happening. So I'm probably only going to do 2 weeks worth of September because I don't know what's going on, and we've got the big meet and greet happening. So I want to be able to conserve my energy for that. And then we'll be back at it in October. And I'm hoping for October I can do all different kinds of wonderful stuff. I'm thinking about maybe doing a 31 days of October, something like magical gratitude. It's just a little 5-minute clip every single day of something that you could be looking at that's magical. Or I don't know. I'm thinking about things. I've been asked to continue the herb education, so I will keep doing that. I think I still owe you a video on lemon balm, and then I also have purple sage, and then I also have dead nettle. Violets is another one that we can talk about, and then of course roses. I have a magical rose bush. It blooms all year round, so we're going to talk about that stuff. So get ready for not only fancy something happening in October that's going to be fabulous, but also Truth Talks are still going to be going, and we will find out some more herb education if you guys want it. So love you guys. Love your faces. Have a wonderful night. Be good to yourself and to each other.